My wonderful and amazing people, today, according to the gist that is on the blog concerning Obi Cubana and his beautiful bride called Lodge, there is something so many of us doesn't really know about this family that is making me, I'm so happy. I'm excited to narrate this story to you guys. Honestly, it's so amazing. All right. And now you will realize, and now many of you that are so jealous of these people, you will stop being jealous. And I know so many good people that are on my platforms, they love good things like this. You know, you love people like this, you know, I know. You know, so guys, the thing is that I stumbled upon a post where Obi Cubana narrated how he started his life with his wife. You guys know that they started from the scratch. And the man loves and appreciates his wife up to date. Now, my people, I'll read down for you. I'm going to hear how this man take day with the wife and up to date, even with the billions. Hey, God. The man still love and respect. He gonna rub the wife hair. He gonna touch her. He gonna touch her. Hey, God. He gonna rub her. He gonna rub her. The man still loves and respects the woman. If Obi Cubana decides to marry like 100 wives today, then go line up. You know those are garancha. They fool everywhere. Jujuaustin cohorts. Hey. Then go hold their akmekus for hand like this. Coming to Obi Cubana. Not be saying amounts. Let's say things the way they are. Yes, they go hold their akmekus for their hand to begin to look for Obi Cubana. Do you think so many of them has not tried to see how they can scatter this union? They've tried. But you know what? This man only has eyes for his wife. And if you be side chick, you succeed, say the man can't knock you. Go knock you where. He'll throw away you. You understand? So guys, back to the gist. There are so many men who appreciate women that suffers with them. One of them is this very Obi Cubana. He loves and appreciates the wife. Even the ground that Lodge step her feet upon, the man worships it. Hey, a whole billionaire. There are so many men out there like Yul Edochie that doesn't have even up to the standard of Obi Cubana when it comes to weight. But still, look at what he's doing on the media. Now, back to the gist. This story about Obi Cubana, I know many of you don't know about it, so that's why I'm here to narrate the story for you guys. So, let me start with the story. Somebody just dropped it on my platform and said, Patience, look at this. And the person tagged me to it so I can watch and read and then share with my wonderful and amazing people. Before we continue, I would like to welcome you guys. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Patience Vlogs. In case you've not subscribed to my channel called Patience Vlogs Official, don't forget to hit on the subscribe button. Turn on notification so you'll be notified anytime I drop a new one. I want to say a very big thank you to all my subscribers and my returning subscribers. Honestly, I appreciate you all so much for your immense support. To my members, may God bless and replenish your pocket. Now, make we enter the gist. Let's delve into the gist. That is Martino. Now, let me give you guys the gist. The gist is about how the billionaire Obi Cubana started and how life was for them at that point, as in many years ago. So now when you see the man appreciating his wife, you know, celebrate this man. Yes, for being a Nigerian man, wealthy Nigerian man, to love just one wife. I beg, they need to give Obi Cubana Guinness Book of Record. Yes, so especially Nigerian man. All right, more will enter the matter. So the person tagged me to this very write-up, and the person said I should share. I'm not joking. This is the write-up here. It's on my platform. Sorry guys, you can't see it, but it was on my platform. So now I would like to let me see if I can open it so that you guys can see. Now I want to open it. So this was the write-up, okay? It was on my platform. The person tagged me so I can share with all my wonderful. Sorry guys, you can't see it because of the function I'm using, the thing I'm using right now. So now let's get back to it. The person said, billionaire businessman Obi Cubana narrated a rare story of how his wife treated him when he was very, very poor and couldn't feed the family. In his words, when my wife was carrying my younger son, Zillion, in her womb, she asked me to promise her a gift when she put to bed. 2 months after Zillion came, a month later when I was sure she could go out with the baby, I took her to a big phone shop. She had asked me for a particular phone. My mother-in-law went with us. I didn't know she was listening to our conversation with the dealer. When she had the price, her mood changed immediately. The front desk guys noticed it but couldn't ask why. Standing right there, I took my mind back to years ago when this woman was with me in an uncompleted building. One night, being our first day of washing clothes for people, we had finished this set of dress and the owner asked us to deliver the same night. We had not eaten since morning because the little money we had, we used it for buying of soap and starch. We waited and eventually went to the man's house at 9 p.m. when he returns from work and handed the clothes to the wife. She took it into their room. 1 hour later, no one came out to see us. We waited and waited until the house help finally came out. Excitedly, I felt she brought our money. She approached me and said she wants to lock the door. They are going to bed. My wife was pregnant. She had not eaten and her stomach was beginning to hurt. We got up, walked out and left their compound. They never paid us till today. It's been a decade. And yesterday evening, I went to wash my car. Lo and behold, the man who pleaded with me to park in his own side so he could wash is the same man whom I washed dresses for, and he refused to pay me till today. He didn't even know me. I only introduced myself when I paid him and was driving out. Never knew a human status, but I think I was a human being standing like one yesterday. That night, he did that to us. My wife and I trekked a distance going back because we didn't have any money for bike. Finally, we saw one boy charging phones for people. My wife gave me her small Nokia phone for us to use and borrow money from that boy so we could eat. The boy graciously gave us 1,000 naira and kept the phone. We never saw that phone again. Back at the phone shop, I knew nothing could equal the price of sacrifice. I brought out my card and gave them to pay for the phone. Till we drove home, my mother-in-law didn't say a word in the car. She was worried that her daughter just wasted my money. She called her into the room and started complaining bitterly. My wife told her little story about us. She couldn't hold back her tears and she came into my room to say, "Thank you, in-law." When you have a wife that stood with you in your very trying moment and she fought with you to conquer, the little you can do is to appreciate her. Show her you have not forgotten her love and sacrifice. Several marriages hit rocks during trying moments. If yours survive because your spouse has stand with you, never take it for granted. Now you see all the sacrifice that Lodge and her husband, they stood together. She had nothing, they had nothing, but she was there. And the man appreciates her. This is one of the reasons I said I respect Obi Cubana so much because of what? The way he loves and treats his wife. This man deserves a good medal. Now back to the other person that I want to talk about. Oyana. Now let's get down to the story of Yul Edochie. He told us that he had no sustainable job and May Edochie here said she was going to manage. So they met in Uniport and they started together. And May has been a wonderful person to this very man. May has been a mother, a wife, and as in a caring wife to this man when they had nothing. May has tried so many businesses. You guys remember when they asked her a question, she said she has even sold recharge card. May owns one cyber cafe in Enugu. Yul asked her to shut it down. This woman has been a very loyal woman right from start. Yul has nothing, absolutely nothing to hold against this woman ever since they've been together. Yul happens to be May's very first man in her entire life. But how did this man pay this woman back? So you can see there is two stories here. One man who has fear of God and who appreciates the woman that stood there for him. And the other one who has nothing like fear of God, who fears nobody, and who thinks he has every right to inflict pain on anyone. And you don't have right to complain. You just need to accept him because he is an actor. This man's payback for May, let me show you. This is how he has paid May back, owning this child, having this child. And then the family, he manipulated them. They all were on his side. Yul Edochie did not tell the wife. She heard from the media. As a matter of fact, it is even the side chick, jujuaustin, that is posting all this thing to tell us that she now owns this man. This man decided to humiliate, to embarrass the woman that stood there with him, the woman of his youth, by having this child. And now, the man no longer cares for his own children. All he does is to come on the media with this woman. This man has totally, as in change, he teach young girls not to suffer with any man. And he's teaching a lot of men how to humiliate their wives, the ones that suffer with you. Come to the media and treat them like trash. That's what Yul is sending out with this woman who was in her husband's house and decided to come into somebody else's husband's house to scatter it. She spent so many years to study the Edochies and study Yul Edochie, knowing very well the man has pride. So she continued to pamper the man's ego, calling him Isi Mili Jofo. Is the DK one of Nteje. Once she's saying all of that, the man's head would do gaga. So now, let's continue. The man, when he realized that all what he did was wrong, that so many people were not supporting him, he used this lady called Sarah Martins to drag May on the media. And he kept on telling her what to say and what not. And guess what? Sarah Martins used the opportunity. But now she has repented. Back to the gist. During this whole thing, this woman lost her son mysteriously. And guess what? The man came on the media with that same side chick that has succeeded in entering their home, began to drag the woman. They were celebrating, shouting, "Winner, oh!" And this man continues because he saw that the woman is being loved by so many. He began to inflict more cruelty on this innocent woman. As in, he paid her with cruelty and wickedness. After so many years of togetherness, after the suffering together, getting to the top, fame and everything got to the man's head. And that's how he paid this woman. Now back to the chick. Obi Cubana's case, the man is God-fearing. So when you're going into anything to suffer with any man, watch your back. Because the families might not stand for you. Just like what Yul's family are doing now. And when you look at Obi Cubana's own, you will see that even with the story, the man is God-fearing. The man has conscience, unlike Yul Edochie. That's why he appreciates his wife.